What's up, y'all? I think I look cute today. Like, what y'all think? Like, give a moment for the feed. But how are y'all doing? Let's take a seat. And let's talk, y'all. Because, baby, I ain't been posting the episode, but that don't mean life ain't been lifing on the backyard garden. So, as you know, I am your host, Rich Keyston, and welcome back to the podcast. Like, y'all already know, come in, take a seat, get yourself together. Don't be watching this video while driving or none of that. I need your undivided attention. The kids need to be asleep. The man need to be at work. You need to be focused. And that phone need to be on Do Not Disturb. Okay? Life goes on and off the camera for me. But we're back. Today I wanted to simply do a little deep dive because the title of this episode is Nowhere to Turn. We're going to talk about how God will put you in a place where you below rock bottom. Where the job ain't cutting it, the money ain't cutting it, the friends ain't cutting it, the family ain't cutting it, you ain't even cutting it. He put you so low where you ain't got nowhere else to turn, nowhere else to go, no other idea to think about but Him. With that being said, I pray that this message will be understanding. I pray that this message will touch whoever it needs to touch, whoever needs to hear it. And it goes for mostly me, but let's get this thing rolling. God, like I said, God will make you helpless. Not just because of our sins, but because we have been ignoring Him, right? Because you know, a lot of times you could be doing the work, you could be reading the Bible, but you're really not listening to the Bible. You can be going to church, but you're really not paying attention. You're really not committing your life to God. You're really not committing your life to the greater cause. You know what I'm saying? Versus you partying, clubbing, you don't got a care in the world, your money up, your friends good. Like, even when the good things in our eyes are going on, it don't be because of our sins that He hold us back. It's because we have been ignoring Him. The praying is good, like I always talk about. The praying, the reading, the supplication, the forgiveness, all that is great. But when we doing all that and still forgetting about God, what's the point? When you still got a little bit of doubt, when your faith is still wavering, when you still crying and moping and groaning and depressed, you done forgot about God. He ain't forgot about you in no means. He still protects us. He still brings us day by day, because we should have been done lost our mind. We should have been done just gave in the towel, but we always have that 1 inch of hope left, and we know it's from Him. He makes us helpless, not because of our sins, but because we have been ignoring Him. I haven't just took out the time to be like, God, listen, I know I've been messing up. I know I just been all over the place. My mind been all over the place. One day I got faith, one day I don't. One day I'm on Facebook being funny, the next day I'm on Facebook preaching. One day I got the style, one day I got the dream, one day I got the accomplishments, one day I got the friends, and the next day I'm down in the dumps. Because it can happen in a day's time, or 3 weeks' time, or 2 months' time. But it happens when we don't stay consistent with God. The feeling of, dang, I could be doing better, or dang, this person got this going on, or dang, why I didn't do this, why I didn't do that. The feeling is there because we're not going to God. It's there because of the sin. Now, don't get me wrong, because babe, God ain't gonna be able to talk to you. He can talk to you in the club. He can talk to you while you're smoking, while you're drinking, while you're fornicating, while you're scamming, while you're doing the lottery. He can talk to you, but it ain't gonna be no word. It ain't gonna be no word to help you and to encourage you. It's gonna be something to convict you. It's gonna be like, now, my child, what you doing? Hey, it's your dad calling. Are you all right? Like, you know, what's going on? Why you can't come to me? I had to realize a couple things. And the first thing I had to realize was friends aren't God, y'all. Because a lot of times, we don't go to our family. Like, everybody, I don't know y'all story. I don't know y'all predicament. But you're not going to go to your mama. And you might, but me and mine ain't like that. You ain't gonna go to the mama and be like, girl, this going on, that going on, you know, baby. I feel like this, you know, you can cuss, you can scream, you can get it all out like you do with your friend. with your friends. And my mama always used to say, a friend is somebody that's like-minded like you. So when we go into these people that we consider our friends, remember these people that's supposed to be like us, right? Your friend is not God. Your friend can help you, your friend can give you money, your friend can encourage you, but your friend is not gonna be that confidant when you still laying down crying. After the phone call ends and the pressure rises back up, the thoughts come back into your mind, your friend ain't gonna be able to help you. Just like when you die, your friend can't, oh God, she a good Samaritan, she this, yeah, you know, come on. No, friends are great to have, but over these last few weeks, yeah, I don't realize I don't know what a friend is. I don't know if I'm supposed to always speak my mind, continue to be real, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't never change. Just like a friendship, it's like a relationship. That friends, in my head, baby, the definition is all misconstrued. It's like, I feel as though I'm reaching out. I'm asking, girl, how you doing? I'm encouraging. You need me, I'm there. You want to party? Let's go. What time? You need a drink after work? Let me pour it for you. You need somewhere to lay your head when you out of town into the city? Come on down here to the palace, honey, and we got you. But I feel in return, people expect, oh, he still got it, baby. He still got that apartment, he still got that job, he still got that house, he still got that outfit, he still got that following, he still got that podcast, he still got that this, he still got that, he still got this, whatever, and it's not reciprocating. And so I sat back literally yesterday, I was like, well, if I don't call this girl, she not gonna call me. If I don't check up on this man, he not gonna check up on me. If I don't like her story, she not gonna like mine. If I don't encourage her, she not gonna encourage me. And it shouldn't work like that. So I had to realize my friend ain't God. My friend ain't the person that I need to be relying on 24/7. My friend ain't the person that I need to tell all my business to, because that's another thing. Because people can be, oh girl, I would do this, I would do that, because I wouldn't take this, I wouldn't take that. But sometimes that ain't what we need to be hearing. Every time something go on, a friend, if y'all ain't sitting there praying in that moment and then going to the rest of the situation to let God talk to both of y'all and see what y'all need to do together, then you don't need to do nothing before you go to God, honey. I don't need to do nothing before I go to God. Even when you got them good starting friends, because every friend ain't bad. Every friend ain't out to get you. Every friend that you have in your circle, they in your circle. They for you for real. I got some down ones, but sometimes when you running from God, like we talk about nowhere to turn, and you realize your friends ain't God, God will even make your friends helpless. Your friends ain't got it. Your friend, she going through the same issue. Your friend, man, acting up too. Your friend, her kids acting up too. Your friend don't know where to turn to. Your friend depressed too. Your friend anxious and angry too. God will make them suffer, not for your own good. Not just so you can be like, well, dang, God, why you got everybody going through this so you can question God? But it's ultimately for us to have nowhere to go. For nowhere to turn. He stripped the friends. He stripped the family. Because family and the friends, this whole first point goes together. So he will make it to where you helpless, the people around you helpless, baby, some of your church members helpless, baby, some of your co-workers helpless, everybody helpless. Because he like, you got to get yourself together so you can help these. You got to be the one to do this, honey. He is saying, we have to clean up so everybody can get cleaned up. And nobody endowed this to us. Nobody said, oh, you're going to be the one to say, but God is so good. God is so merciful. God is so graceful. God is so enchanting that it's just written already. You didn't ask for it. Nobody prayed that over your life. It's just, you know, deep down in your heart, what you have to do. You have to do the work. You have to replenish your soul so you can help those around you. So your friends ain't God, honey. Your man ain't God, baby. Your mama ain't God. Your grandma ain't God. Your grandma might be a prayer warrior. She might be God's best friend. She might be God's favorite warrior. She might be God's best singer. But baby, she ain't God. Your daddy might have all the money in the world, but baby, he ain't God. His money comes from God. His influence comes from God. You see what I'm saying? The second point I wanted to make, because if we ain't relying on friends, if you don't have that many friends, you know, you at that point where you like, okay, let me just stay to myself. Let me figure out what I got going on. Let me figure out what is the definition of friend. Let me get my morals and my beliefs and my character together in a way that I can get new friends. And so you might be just solely relying on your money or your education. And so if that's you in an instance, money ain't God either, honey. And baby, I'm over here trying to preach and prophesy and minister to y'all to say money ain't God, but baby, money can be a God. Money has been my God. I done got so amped up because I got so much money, honey. I can do this. I can do that. I can brag about this. My money got me that. My money long. My money's this. My money paid. My bills this. My bills that. And I done been to the point where I didn't even know where the money was going to come from. I didn't know where the $7, the $7,000, the $20 million was going to come from. And so I done been on both ends of the stick to know that money ain't God. When you love money so much in a way like I done been addicted to, then money will be your God. When all you know is to work, don't stop. I gotta make this money. I gotta pay this. I gotta pay that. I gotta make sure I do this. You put working yourself down like a dog. You forgetting about God. So God will most definitely, He will most definitely bump you down a couple notches, take away a couple of hours, take away a couple of high-paying positions, jobs, demote you, just so you can be so helpless and have nowhere to turn that you have to turn to Him. When you're focused on money, God will dim that money down, so you have to run to Him. God will make it to where you ain't even got a cent in your account. All you have to do is go home. You eat what you got in your refrigerator. You drink what you got in your refrigerator. You save and you pinch and you add this to here and you take that from there and you save a little bit on this. You don't go here, you don't go there. Just so you can feel so helpless. Not realizing that, dang, my bills still do get paid at the end of the day. Dang, I didn't know that this was going to come to me. Or dang, if I would have saved this and I would have pushed back a little bit on it, or if I would have just not did this and I would have had the money I needed. Money can be the root of all evil and money can be your God, but money ain't God. So we got to realize that money you making, baby, that's only because of God. The trips, the checks, the whatever you got going on, it's only because of God. So I got to the point where I was so low, didn't want to even ask my mom or my sisters, but you know what He made? I had to ask Him, just like he's saying now. He making us to the point where we have to be humble. Baby, I ain't have nothing. I had to text my mom and ask her, Mom, look, you know, I've been working since I was 16, baby. I'm in a little bit of a predicament right now. I need your help. And she didn't, oh, I don't got it. Oh, I didn't do it. Shh. It was instant. It was, my child, you asked, you listen. I really know you need the help, so I'm going to help you. And it's just like, but God, your education status too. We want to be, oh, I'm the doctor of this. My education is that. I can go here and do this. I can go here and operate that. Like, we be so focused on the title, baby. Your title ain't God either. No organization you in ain't God either. We worship so many things. We idolize so many things, baby. Jackson State ain't God. The Denver Broncos ain't God. The Match 5, the Lotto America, all that mess ain't God. I'm not preaching to y'all. I'm really preaching to myself. So don't be like, whoa. But it's not God, I promise y'all. I could just think about my first job. I was like 15. And I used to always get my hair cut, baby. That was another thing. My mama, when those peaks started going back, baby, she like, let me drop you off at the barbershop. I was there week after week after week, getting that hair chopped by Roll. And long live Roll, but getting my hair chopped down, baby. And so, One day, I used to just be in there listening. Like, you know, if you know barbershop talk, all that, they talk about real stuff. They talk about uncommon stuff. They talk about whatever they want. And so, I used to just be in there listening. Because I can't chime in, baby. Stay in the child's place. And I used to always just sweep up and stuff, like just try to do anything, just to stay. Cause my mama, she used to take so long to come get me, y'all. I used to be like, where is this woman? I didn't have no phone, man, so I'm just in there sweeping up her off the floor, making sure the bathroom cleaned up. And so one day he was telling me, he was like, you must want you a job or something. Like, I cut your hair for free and I pay you $20, $30 every Saturday you come up here if you want a job. And so I'm like, alright. Cause baby, I don't even care. $20, $30. In my mind back then, even though I'm 15, 14, baby, that's some money in my pocket to go to school and turn up with. So I'm working, I'm sweeping, I'm getting my little haircut. He would buy me something to eat, all that type of stuff. Like, I'm just getting a lot of knowledge, pouring into the future self of what I wanted to do. And the moral of this story was to just say, God started me off there. Then he elevated me to Wendy's. After I started working at Wendy's, he elevated me to another job. So it's like every time I work, I don't realize it, that he elevates me more and more and more because of the stuff I learned and the how hard I work at the job. But it still don't be the job that's sustaining me. Yeah, I was making that little $20 for sweeping up the hair, but I did it diligent. Baby, I swept up the hair so I couldn't sweep no more. Every track, every whatever was off that floor. And I made sure before I left, I got my hair cut. The things that was promised to me, I made sure I got them. So, more of this story is, when you do what God say, when you ain't got nowhere else to turn, and you just living that little life, you pedaling along, doing what you gotta do, God, he gonna elevate you eventually. He gonna still give you the things that he promised you, which was true life, which was love, which was joy, which was peace, which was happiness, which was understanding, which was more than enough. But our more than enough ain't God's more than enough. God knows what we need. He knows just how much to give us. Just like a doctor, he the doctor, baby. He knows just how much to get us so we won't lose our mind. The barber knew just how to get me coming back. He knew just how, because baby, when he said free haircut and a little bit of money, honey, I was like, oh, drop me off to the barbershop, baby. I'm going to sweep up some hair. And that's how we should be for God. He shouldn't have to promise us nothing. Because I ain't have to do all that anyways. That wasn't like no dramatic story. I ain't have to do all of the stuff I was doing in there anyways. But I chose to because I really like what they talk about. I really like how the way he work his business. I really like the customers he bring in. Like, just like with God, I really like following God. I really like helping people. I really like being able to be on the right side of the fence. But at the same time, lately I haven't been on the right side. So when I realized that my friends weren't God, and when I realized that my money wasn't God, I had to realize, what is God? I had to realize that integrity and morals are God. No matter what job you work, because now I'm working at a gas station. I went from making $23 an hour to working at a gas station in a matter of a few weeks. All because of the mistakes I made, the attitude I had. And so, even with that, he still provided. I had to have integrity and morals because that's who God is. Just because I'm working at this little job now, I can't go into it thinking, this is just some little rinky-dink gas station. You just have an attitude, do what you do. No, I still have to treat the customers with respect. I'm still there to make my money, to pay my bills. I'm still there to be a light for the lighthouse. Because when I was making all the money, baby, I wasn't studying God. Just like I said, money ain't God. Money can't be God, because when I'm making all the money, I'm going here, I'm going there, I'm doing this. Baby, I'm barely going to church. I ain't even paying my tithes. I'm making so much money. I'm having so many friends. God wasn't nowhere in it. When I realized integrity and morals are God, I had to realize, the way I carry myself should reflect more than my friendships. The way I act, the way I earnestly believe that people should be treated with respect no matter what color, what race, what disability, what gender, whatever. That's what God thinks. We got to root for everybody. And I had to learn that. Our actions speak louder than our words. Not just the praying, the studying, the handling business and stuff like that, but the trueness of the definition that action speaks louder than words. I can't one day be like, oh, I love everybody black, but soon as somebody pisses me off, baby, you uppercut. Let's get out here in these streets. I'm talking about you on Facebook. You're gonna feel my wrath. That's not integrity. That's just with praying. I can't be praying, God, shake me. God, mold me. God, give me a clean heart. God, forgive me of all my sins. God, help me to be able to do this. God, give me my dreams back. God, give me my voice back. God, elevate my poetry. God, elevate my mindset. God, give me a new car. Give me a new this. But I'm not putting forth no work to do that. God is the listener. God is the one that's helping you. But when you can't help yourself, that's when you become helpless too. When you can't help yourself, with the help of God, you definitely gonna be helpless. So all the, like I just said, the praying, the studying, the handling your business, the being on the right path, that ain't nothing if you just talking that talk and not walking that walk. If when the time comes for you to be truthful, you're not. No matter who, not just hurt by it, but no matter who spirit is thrown out by it. Because sometimes people operating up on the evil spirits. Sometimes you just gotta tell people, look, girl, I know I'm not perfect. I know I do stuff. I cuss. I laugh. I'm not perfect, but so you gotta get this together. This ain't right. She might be like, who you think you talking to, baby? You ain't talking to me. Because I got this, I got that. You leave it alone. You say what you have to say. You know it was the truth. You know God wants you to do that. So you move on. Because after a while, the piercing of her heart, the burning gonna stop. And she gonna be like, girl, I love you so much. Because you was the only one that was keeping it real with me. You was the only one that was letting me know that this wasn't right. You was the only one that was kept encouraging me after I was the only one down talking myself. You was the only one that was there to defend me when I couldn't defend me. So when you have those integrities and you have those morals, your actions gonna speak louder than words. Y'all, make sure y'all book Diamond Image Photography for any quality content needs, for any intimate moments you may have, for any birthday memories that's special, girl, for any business promo friend, and especially your events and parties. Make sure you follow her on Instagram at Diamond Image PG and book. And you also just have to know who you are. Knowing who you are will cause you to be the villain and the superhero. Alternatively, at the same time, depending on the viewpoint of who you're talking to. By that I mean, I'm going to use this instance. Me and you friends, you drinking a little bit too much. And I can't tell people what's their limit is, but it's like every time you turn around, ooh, girl, I'm drink. Ooh, girl, let me get a drink. Ooh, baby, let's go here, let me get a drink too. But then, oh, baby, just got out the shower, I'm gonna give me a little old drink. And I'm like, hey, so you okay? And you like, no, I'm not, I'm just going through this, I'm going through that, and I just feel like nobody's listening to me. I feel like I can't do nothing, so I just drink. I just drink to ease my pain. I just smoke to, let go of what I've got going on. You know what I'm saying? I cut myself to just ease the pain of it all. But I'm not going to church though. Nah, I ain't reading my Bible either, girl. And I'm not just asking God with anything, but I'm letting Don Julio figure it out. That's what we're doing. And you being you, first you think. Because sometimes we be thinking it's from God, it's so spiritual, it's so revelatory. But sometimes God just wants you to be a listening ear for somebody. Every time my input ain't needed. Every time my grand revelation thought ain't needed. Every time that push and that prod and that pick yourself up and that fight back spirit ain't needed, because in that moment you might hurt somebody. You might be the villain. If I be like, girl, why is you doing all that drinking? You doing too much. Like, baby, it ain't that much drinking in the world. It ain't that much this, that. Ain't nothing. You need to stop out there. Like, we be so judgmental, and the villain, we don't realize that we the villain. I done been the villain multiple times. Saying stuff to make the situation worse. Just being the villain. I done also been the superhero. The light for the lighthouse. Also, I done been the one to carry people on to their next step. But when you know who you are, and you know whose you are, and you know the way that you should do things, then we have to be the positive one. It's hard sometimes. It's not an easy task to do, but when you helpless, God got you all the way down to your knees, you're trying to get back to him and see what you need to do to figure it out. You got to figure out if you the villain or villain, victim, superhero, whatever. You got to be the positive one always. When God brings you down to your lowest and he help you realize that it hurts. It hurts sometimes to know that, dang, I'm thinking I'm helping this girl and she don't want nothing to do with me because of what I said. Or I was going through so much of my own pain, of my own worries. I didn't see the fact that my friend was crying out. She needed help. She was getting abused. She was thinking irrational. She didn't know how her money was gonna come in, but I'm too busy worried about how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that. Like I said, the friends ain't God, but your friends, you still gotta have somebody in your circle, man, that you really genuinely feel like it's a friend. They ain't God, you don't put them above God, but we got to do better. We gotta be more accountable of ourselves, more accountable for our friends, more accountable for our family, more accountable for just whatever going on in our life. Because once you know better, honey, you do better. Once you know that, girl, it's another way you can take to get through this. I know a man that can help you through all of it. Once you take that step to them by God and not what you think, you're the superhero and not the villain. Even with that, I also said that every battle ain't meant to be fought. I was on the phone with my mama the other day, and I was going through a little situation, and I told her I was like, they shouldn't have did this. I feel like this. I'm not the one that's in the wrong. They the one that's in the wrong. I'm not this. They should have did that. And she was like, Keiston, I understand you speak up for what's right. I understand nobody pushes over you. I understand all that. But when I say this, son, I say it out of love. She said, every battle ain't meant to be fought by you. Because the battle don't get fought regardless. The things we do, the things we say, the stuff we done spoke out to the world, some gotta retaliate to it, whether it's good or bad. But every battle ain't meant to be fought by you. Just because the person did you wrong, and that's me learning all of this when I'm down. We still don't know when you're down now. I had to learn that every battle ain't meant to be fought, because that's why we be so helpless. Because we're trying to fight every battle. Every situation ain't meant for your commentary. Every time you got an issue, it ain't meant to go to that person, baby. Go to God. He giving us all these battles. He giving us all these tests and trials. He giving us all these issues, not so that we can try to fix it ourselves, not so that we can prove that we right, we got the upper hand, that we stronger, that we more manipulative, but so we can run to him. Every battle ain't meant to be fought, guys. Every time they make you mad, every time, I'm learning this. Every time, baby, half the time, the battle ain't meant to be fought by your own hands. Let him handle it and move on. Let him do what he gonna do and say what he gonna say, so that the situation can be better. So it won't be made worse. So that everybody that's benefited and everybody that's surrounded and everybody is benefited with that. Because oftentimes we make situations worse. Head be hurting so bad when you get done with the argument. Baby, what was I right about? Spirit be so messed up and confused after you done tried to put it in your own hands. You don't know what to do after it's in your hands. So, like my mama said, shout out to Big Hands, every battle ain't meant to be fought. So when God's trying to get you to turn your life back around to him, he gonna get you to see, baby, let me fight this. Baby, I got this. Baby, I'm stronger than this. Baby, neither one of y'all can handle, so let me handle it both ways. Let me handle the victim and the guilty. Let me handle the hurt. Let me handle the pain. Let me handle the bill payments. Let me handle it all, because you trying to fight. And I need you to be peaceful. I need you at rest. I need you out there nourishing folks. Come on, Garden. We trying to come back, baby. He want us out here growing. He don't want us out here slaying. He don't want us out here manipulating and doing what we got to do to get the upper hand. He wants us to be the growers, the mind changers. Y'all Don't make me start preaching. Jesus.
And ladies, I know y'all need y'all hair done. So get at my girl Ty at Stunning Styles by Ty on Instagram and at Tyquasia Townsend on Facebook and at 769-240-8992 by phone. She is open Monday through Sunday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday. And my girl open on Sundays from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So get that slay, book the look, and book my girl Ty. It's no other way to do it, honey.
When the spirit do the work, baby, ain't a demon in hell, a demon in jail, a demon at your mama's, grandma's watering well gonna be able to stop him. So when God do the work, they can come in a multiple forms of ways. The first way is God can give you all the things that people took back from you. He can restore the relationship. God can and He will revitalize your mind. He can and will save the house. He can and will give you the car. He can and will get your health back on track. But when we trying to turn back to Him because we know we the ones messed up, He ain't did nothing. It's because of us. And I stole this from Sarah Jakes, but it was too powerful not to put up in here. But she said God will bind you so that you cannot elevate with broken ways. I feel like He ain't got me to the place where I need to be yet with the followers, with the stardom, with the whatever I want, whatever I know for a fact is going to come to pass because my ways ain't His ways all the way. I still got a little bit of Keystone crept up behind my heart because when I get mad, I don't always say hallelujah. When I'm happy, I don't always say praise God. So God will bind you so that when He binds you and frees you, you can elevate with His ways. Not elevating mad. Not going to the new job still hurt about the old job. Not going into the new marriage still cheating in line like you was doing with the old marriage. Not bringing you to a new church to sing and dance and hoop and holler, faking and shaking and doing all this when you know for a fact you still ain't felt nothing from the first church you was in. You still ain't felt the love you singing about. You still ain't felt the joy that surpasses our understanding that you playing about, that you writing about. So God, He is going to bind you, not to keep you bound now. He gonna bind you to free you in the end, but He gonna shut off all communication, all good deed, all blessing, all prosperity. He gonna bind it up for a little minute now, because if you don't get it together, then you're gonna miss your mark anyways. But that's the next point. But when He binds it and He elevates you, it's so that you can't elevate with your own heart. You might be in a place right now where you see everybody around you flourishing. You see everybody around you getting a promotion on the job. Man, she got a new car. Man, she got a new phone. Man, her kids got all A's. Man, this, that, and the other. Why I can't? Because, baby, you got some broken ways. Baby, I got some broken ways. Baby, I haven't forgave the person I should have forgave. Baby, I haven't texted the person that I should have told sorry, I'm sorry yet. I haven't went back to school and got the degree and got my certifications in order so that I can grow and elevate. You see what I'm saying? Because God, He is the God that helps us. He is the God that maneuvers and opens doors. But baby, God can't really do nothing until you make your mind up to let Him, to follow His way, to follow His plan and not deter from that. He gonna bring you through, baby. And He gonna put that sin, He gonna put that hurt, He gonna put that guilt, He gonna put that, the mark you've been missing, which is what sin is missing the mark, is falling short, is coming up a little, that's what sin is. You owe God a little more something because you ain't did something here. You ain't crossed that T and dot that I there. So when you miss the mark, He gonna bring it to the surface so He can fight for you. That's why we don't need to fight our battles, baby, because our battles ain't even, sometimes the battles we think we're going through, baby, it's way more extreme than that. The little woman on the job that keep getting on your nerves, baby, she might be a whole witch and warlock trying to get your spirit to unalign with God. But when you let God fight for you, He gonna bring it out to the surface. Not just the little things, because when we think about sin, we think about, what am I doing that I shouldn't be doing? But what about the things that we do that we don't know that we shouldn't be doing? What about the things that we wake up intentionally doing day by day that's a sin that God ain't pleased with, but we don't know from a hill of beans that it's not right? He gonna bring all that to the surface, man. He gonna let you know, girl, this, I'm pulling out that. I'm pulling out this for 15 years ago. I'm showing you this from 18 years ago. I'm showing you even the future to help. He gonna pull it all out so he can go to war for us and make sure, because when God fight for you, baby, just like when in the Bible days, when God fought, them people up there singing and playing all the instrument stuff, baby, he desecrated everything that was in their way. All children, all cattle, all whatever, either was killed or it belonged to them in the end. So when you let God fight your battles, you're going to get more than what you thought you was going to get. When you let God take control and we fully submit and we bow down and we fully turn our ways back to him, mine going to be blown because, dang God, I didn't know I had a little bit of pride in me. I'm sorry. Forgiveness, moved on, elevation. Dang, God, I didn't know I was spending my money too frivolous, and that's not really what you want. You want me to save a little bit so I can help people and so I can help myself in the times when I need it. Thought about it, asked for forgiveness. He forgave you. You moved on. Now you got elevation. And so, Romans, let me get my Bible, y'all, because this is a scripture I want y'all to, so I won't get it confused. I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. I got my war clothes on. Man, if these are my war clothes, God. Romans 7:14. This out of the, I think my mama gave me this New King James Version. We're going to go to the easy to read version because, baby, I need to have it easy to read. I was trying to have my little Bible out for y'all for the aesthetics, but I need y'all to get this. Romans 7, starting at verse 13. So, we know that the law is spiritual, but I am not. I am human. Sins rule me as if I were its slave. I don't understand why I act the way I do. And I don't do the good I want to do, but I do the evil I hate. And if I don't want to do what I do, that means I agree that the law is good. But I am not really the one doing the evil. It is the sin living in me that does it. Yes, I know that nothing good lives in me. I mean, nothing good lives in the part of me that is not spiritual. I want to do what is good, but I don't do it. I don't do the good that I want to do. I do the evil that I don't want to do. So if I do what I don't want to do, then I am not really the one doing it. Did y'all catch that? Bro, I'm finna preach because the man said the things that I want to do, I don't do it. The things I don't want to do, I do them. But he said I do these things not because I don't want to do it. He said because he ain't the one that's really doing it. It's the sin controlling you. We don't do good, we want to do bad. The things we want to do, we don't do. Meaning, the praying. We want to pray, but the first time somebody pisses us off, the prayer out the window. We back to cussing, we back to fighting, we back to arguing. We want to be celibate, but baby, the first chance of a fine, sexy, young thing coming your way, you in the bed with them. We want to live that pure life of God, I love you so much, I honor everything you say, I honor everything you do. But when God tell us, look, don't ask no questions. Go here, help this girl that done backstabbed you, that done talked about you like a dog, that done mistreated you, but go help her, give her $20. Don't say nothing about it. Just help her out, leave it alone, and watch me do the work after. I just need you to do that one thing. No questions asked. We don't want to do that. That might be we don't want to do the good. That's the whole thing of sin. Sin controls you so much thinking it's something that you want to do. But baby, you feel so bad after because it's something that you did not want to do. Because the things we do not want to do, we do. Meaning, I want to cuss you out. You got me fucked right now. Knowing that you should just held your tongue and walked away. Now you fighting, now you in jail, now you done lost your job. Now your kids about to get taken away from you because you done shot up the this, that, and the other. And all you had to do was listen and do what you didn't want to do if it was good. You knew you should have put that cookie down, baby. You knew it had your head hurt, stomach hurting, all this hurting. Now you done gained 60 pounds. You can't breathe. Your self-confidence is low. You don't want to go to the gym. You don't want nobody to look at you. You don't want to wear the right size clothes. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. But if you would just simply listen, stop, because the Bible talk about being gluttonous and being too greedy. Stop eating too much. We wouldn't be in the situation we're in. We have to come to the realization of sin controlling your life. And when you realize that sin is controlling your life, God gonna bring it to the forefront. He can't bring it to the forefront if you don't never recognize it. If you don't recognize, I don't want to do that, but I still do it. And why is that? Light bulb, God like, yeah, here I come to let you know why you do it. And I'm gonna come to show you why you can get over it. And to show you how you can help others to get over when you get over it. One way is getting up here. That fat back, getting in the Bible and staying is how we can do the things that we know we're supposed to be doing and not the things we don't want to do. How do we, as people, as young adults, not even just Christians, how do we just meet the mark, as in the things we don't want to do, we do? Meaning the right way to go, we stick to that path, we just do it. It hurts, it is lonely, it's desperate, it's full of life, it's full of joy, it's full of heartache. Sometimes it's full of, dang, I lost this friend. It's full of, dang, I could have been that person. It's a whole storyline within that. But I'm asking y'all, that's the question for tonight. How do we meet the mark? This whole message, it might have been a lot discussed. It might have made you think about a lot. It's not always a bad thing when God brings you down to your lowest. I talk about God so much on my podcast. People think it is a God podcast. It is a Christian podcast. But real talk, when you going through so much, it's not always somebody else's fault. I had to realize that. When you so low, you so depressed, you so whatever, give something to try. You might not believe in God right now, but show and surely that you keep listening to me, you will. You might not think that right now I'm going to be prosperous in this. You might not think right now I'm going to be successful in this. You might not think right now that God still loves me despite I done messed up so many times. You might not think that, but He got you down at your lowest so you can run to Him. Not so that you can give up. Not so that you can throw in the towel. Not so that you can quit. Not so that you can feel like a worthless loser. Not so that you can feel like an abandoned child. But He's doing that so He can get you to be great. The world, the earth, the sun, the wind, the moon can't revolve until you start walking in your true self. Chains won't break until you get yourself together and pick yourself up and live how you know is right. Live how you know God has called you to live. Live how you know Mama done taught you to live. Live how you know you done reevaluated yourself to live. That's for me. That's for you. That's for the person that's sitting here listening to the conversation that's in the podcast. Baby, that's for you too. Your enemies gotta still live. Your boss still gotta still live. Your doctor still gotta live. So you got to live, honey. You got to think and get yourself so low. Not yourself, not your spiritual, not your heavenly, not the one that God created you to be, but yourself, your sinful self, honey. Get that person so low, so I don't matter, so I'm nothing, so worthless, so tired, so self-righteous, so independent, so whatever you want to call it, until you running back to God. When He gets you back into His arms, He gonna teach you some stuff. And in that video that I was talking about earlier, Sarah Jakes also said that your intentions have to be bigger than your impact. I'm not preaching her word because her word is for her. Her word is for her audience. But that's definitely true. Our impact has to be really non-existent. It has to be existent because we on this earth to impact others, but our impact, yourself, it needs to be God's impact. Your intention has to be stronger than that because your motivation, your purpose, that has to be the main focus. The reason why you own your job, that has to be the reason why you there, not because of how much they paying you. The reason why you still teach and you love and you pray and you have joy and you love your family and you still cook and you still clean and you still do your hair and you still wear your makeup. It has to be not so people can see, not because of an impact, not because of who you think you gotta impress, but because of your intention. To show that you can still do it. To show that God lives through you. To show that the Holy Spirit is residing in you. To show that you can make it, I can make it. We can make it. They can make it. Your intention has to be more than your impact. No matter how many Instagram followers you got, man. No matter how much recognition, accolades, magazine articles they write about you. No matter how much money, no matter how much dignified glory you get, that shouldn't matter. Even on this platform as I speak today. No, if 2 people listen to this or 20 billion people listen to this, I don't matter. I said this previously. I want my intention, the focus of this podcast, so I might not post a video every week because that week I still might be living in bondage. That week I still might not get what God wants for me. So I want my intention to always be to grow. My intention to always be for my listeners to grow. My intention is to always uplift God. My intention is to always show that as a black man, I'm gonna make it. That success is possible for a Mississippian. That even though I'm young, even though I really don't know much, even though I don't have the education, God still can and He will put me in rooms so that I can be an impact. Because we want to be impactful, we want to be influencers, but baby, what's the influence? Sure, clothes, hair, modeling, nails, all that is great, but baby, what's your intention on all of that? Are you doing it to glorify you, or are you doing it to glorify God? Are you doing it to help your community, or are you doing it to help yourself? And that's why we be so down and so dumped and so depressed and so karma filled, because we got wrong intentions. So we gonna get the wrong impact. Tonight, think about your intention, and if it's bad, change some stuff around. Just like me, it's some stuff I wanted to do, some stuff I wanted to agree with, some people I wanted to collaborate with, baby, they ain't along with my intention, so they can't be in my impact. Stop bringing people to you and in you and with you that's gonna be an impact but ain't got no intention. Stop letting songs and books and words and whatever let it impact and help you in that aspect but ain't helping your intention, honey. That's how we're gonna end this episode. Let your intention be bigger than your impact. We're gonna pray that we all get humble enough, we all get hungry enough so that we can let God turn us around. We gotta realize money ain't our God. Our friends really showing up ain't our friends, and our friend is showing up ain't God. We gotta remember that when God brings you through that dark place, He gonna put your sin to the surface. So when you get in that dark place, don't get discouraged. I get scared, baby, because Lord, what you finna reveal that I should have been working on. I'm sorry, like, you know, we gotta remember that the good that we don't do, we gotta start doing. And the stuff that we don't want to do, we gotta give it to God so that He can show us how we can stop it. I ask that you all have a blessed week. I ask that you have a blessed month, a blessed year, a blessed decade, a blessed lifetime. But I also ask that you always keep it real. If you listening to the Backyard Garden, honey, keep it real with yourself at the end of the day. Don't let nobody downplay you. Don't let nobody change your mind about nothing. Keep it real. Keep it honest. Keep it God-filled. Keep it positive. Keep it kind. Keep it full of laughter. Keep it full of joy. Keep it black. But keep it real. I love you guys so much. And I want to end this. Run, run, black child, and you will be free. Run, run, black child. Go spread your wings.
Running, running, you keep on running. Why you keep running, running? It must be funny, honey. How you can sit still but still wanting. How you love big but you're still lonely. How you can shit on them, killing them, mother that kid on them, heal on it, sit on it. I promise you gotta think bigger than money and drama and commas and auras. You gotta find a way to get the answer to your problem. Like the sun, like the moon, like the sun, like the blue. Just for like it's over you. Fun just like this ancient root. Like the sun, like the moon. Like it's over, like the blue. Just for fun it's over you. Fun your love, ancient root. Ancient like the sun. Ancient like the moon. Baby like it's sun.
Good night. I love y'all. 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 Let's end this though.